ever feel like you're stuck? Like just kind of spinning your wheels when you need to make a decision?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Happens to all of us, right?
Today we're diving into a talk by Swami Paramarthananda,
Okay.
and it's called Taking Decisions.
I like it.
And it's all about arming yourself
Yeah.
with the tools to cut through some of that mental clutter. So no more like agonizing over what to eat.
Right. Or what
Have-
shirt to wear.
Exactly.
That's
It's the worst. Swami Paramarthananda, he's a renowned teacher of Vedanta and Sanskrit. And he has this incredible ability to take ancient wisdom and make it feel really, really relevant to modern life.
Yeah, he's really practical, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Like, how do we actually use this stuff?
Totally. So in this New Year's talk, he digs into these 4 principles of decision making. And they're all rooted in these ancient texts like the Bhagavad Gita.
Wow.
Yeah. So think of it kind of like a roadmap
I love that.
to actually achieving your goals, whatever they might be.
Okay.
Whether it's like finally writing that book you've always talked about or just figuring out dinner.
Right. The everyday stuff.
Exactly. And he jumps right in, by the way, talking about those inner obstacles.
Oh, I know those well.
Right. The things that trip us up every time we even try to make a decision.
Yeah.
Like, it's like trying to pick between, I don't know, 2 delicious desserts, right? And you're so worried about picking the wrong one that you end up not enjoying either one.
Exactly. You're just stuck.
That's the worst, right?
Yeah, he uses this example. It's Samyar or Mamyar. Have you heard this one?
Yeah, tell me more.
So it basically means monk life or marriage.
Oh, wow.
And it's this classic dilemma, right?
Yeah.
And he uses it to show how our minds get caught in this loop
Oh, yeah.
of should I or shouldn't I?
Right.
This indecision, that's the first obstacle, this wavering mind.
Oh, the wavering mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel very attacked right now.
Right, we've all been there.
It's like my brain turns into a ping pong match.
Exactly.
Each option is just like battling it out.
And you're just stuck in the middle.
And then you're paralyzed. You don't do anything.
Yeah, analysis paralysis, right?
Yes. Is that what he means by this wavering mind?
That's exactly it. And once that wavering mind takes over, we often fall into the next trap, the doubting mind.
Oh, tell me more about the doubting mind.
So we start overthinking, right? We analyze every single detail,
Oh, yeah.
every single angle until we're drowning in what ifs.
It's like that expression, like analysis paralysis.
Yes.
You just get so stuck in your head that you can't even take a step forward.
You can't move.
Right. And then just when you think you're ready to act, the DITY people show up.
G-I-T-Y people.
Yeah, you know the Did I Not Tell You crew.
Oh, no, them?
They're the worst.
The worst.
They wait for you to make a move.
Yep.
And then they pounce with I told you so's.
Oh, it's the worst feeling.
It's brutal.
It just totally crushes your confidence.
Right.
He talks about how that negativity can be so damaging, even if they're trying to be helpful,
Totally.
disguised as concern, it just feeds that self-doubt, you know?
It makes it even harder to trust yourself.
Exactly.
So how do we silence those DITY voices?
Right.
Both those inner doubters and those outside voices, and start trusting ourselves?
Well, Swami Paramarthananda's first principle is all about self-confidence. And he uses this Sanskrit word, udarit, which means to uplift yourself.
Okay, uplift yourself. I like that.
Yeah, it's about seeing the potential within yourself, even if it feels hidden sometimes.
Like you've got these hidden superpowers just waiting to come out.
Exactly. But sometimes we need to remind ourselves that we're capable of amazing things.
It's that moment when you realize, wait, I can actually do this.
Yes. But how do we get there?
Mm.
Especially when those doubts keep creeping back in.
Okay, yeah, how do we get there?
Well, he talks about cultivating self-respect, really acknowledging our own worth.
Okay, self-respect, I'm with you. But how do we actually do that?
It could be different things for different people. Maybe it's affirmations. You know, reminding yourself of your strengths.
Right, like those little pep talks we give ourselves in the mirror.
Exactly. Or maybe it's journaling, taking that time to reflect on your accomplishments, even if they feel small.
Yeah, because sometimes we forget to celebrate those little wins.
Right. It's about shifting that inner dialogue from self-criticism to self-compassion.
Okay, so before we can, like, conquer the world, we have to conquer that inner critic.
Exactly. And once we start building that foundation of self-belief, we can move on to his next principle, which is self-integration.
Self-integration, okay. What's that all about?
Now, this one might sound a little abstract at first, but he explains it with this really cool metaphor.
Oh, I love metaphors.
It's from the Katha Upanishad, and it's called the chariot analogy, or Ratha Kalpana if you want to get fancy.
Okay, Ratha Kalpana, love it. Break it down for me.
So picture this. Your body That's your chariot.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
The senses, those are your horses, raring to go, eager to pull you in all directions.
Okay, yeah, my senses are definitely like those wild horses sometimes, especially when there are cookies around.
Exactly. In your mind, the reins.
Okay, the reins.
Yeah.
Got it. So I need to get a grip on those reins. But how?
Well, if the charioteer's not paying attention, or the reins are flimsy,
Right, you're going to end up in a ditch. So who's the charioteer?
that's our intellect, our booty. It's the part of us that can make a plan, see the big picture. But there's one more part to this.
Okay, there's more.
There's one more crucial part. The passenger.
Wait, there's a passenger in this chariot?
There is. And that's where you come in.
Oh, I knew I had to be in this chariot somewhere. So I'm the passenger calling the shots.
Well, not exactly calling the shots. The passenger is your true self, your soul.
Ah, my soul.
So self-integration means getting all those parts working together.
Got it. So it's not just about reining in those wild horses. It's about the charioteer, the passenger, and the horses all moving in the same direction.
Exactly. It's about creating this inner harmony, this sense of alignment.
I can see how that would make decision-making so much easier. When everything's working together, you just know where you need to go.
Right. And that brings us to his next principle, self-surrender.
Okay, self-surrender. Now that sounds a little counterintuitive. I mean, we're talking about taking charge, making decisions, and now we're supposed to surrender.
Right. It seems a little backwards, doesn't it?
It does. It sounds
Mhm.
like giving up, not getting things done.
Yeah, but he's not talking about just giving up completely.
Okay, good. Because I'm not a quitter.
He's talking about surrendering that ego, that it's me against the world kind of thinking. It's about trusting in something bigger than ourselves.
Okay, so less about giving up and more about, like, letting go of control.
Exactly. Because sometimes trying to control everything, it can really backfire.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Trying to force things never seems to work out the way I want it to.
Right. And he actually says that surrendering in this way, it can really help dissolve fear,
Yeah.
especially the fear of failing.
Oh, the fear of failure. That's a big one.
It's huge, right? And it can totally paralyze us.
Oh, yeah. It's like being stuck in those headlights.
Exactly. He even quotes this line from the Bhagavad Gita. Obstacles will go away. I am not afraid of obstacles. I am not afraid of failures. I can work hard and I will achieve success.
Powerful, right? That's intense. But it's not just about, like, willpower, is it?
No, it's about trusting that the effort you're putting in, it matters, even if things don't go exactly how you planned. And that brings us to that final principle, self-effort.
Self-effort. So we're putting in the work, but with a sense of surrender.
Exactly. We're taking all that confidence, that integration, that trust, and we're turning it into action. Like he talks about Bhagirath, who brought the Ganges River down to earth.
Right, right. That took some serious effort.
Talk about setting a goal,
Yeah.
right? And it definitely wasn't easy for him. He had all these obstacles, delays, setbacks,
But he never gave up, right?
never gave up because he had that unwavering effort. And then there's Hanuman, remember? He was relentless in his search for Sita.
Oh, yeah. He crossed oceans, battled demons, all
Yeah.
to fulfill his promise.
And that's what he's saying here. When we combine that unshakable faith with consistent action, incredible things can happen.
So it's about taking action even when it's hard, even when we stumble.
Exactly. Showing up consistently.
It's about the journey, not just the finish line.
And that wraps up those 4 principles. So we've talked about cultivating self-confidence, integrating our inner world, surrendering to something bigger than ourselves, and then channeling all of that into action.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack. We've got self-confidence, self-integration, self-surrender, and self-effort. 4 powerful tools for taking action, making decisions, and really designing our lives.
And if you want to know more about Swami Paramarthananda's talk, Taking Decisions, we'll have a link for you in the show notes.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking those big questions, and keep making choices that light you up.